welcome to Makeup by Mon. I'm gonna be doing a chit chat get ready with me, and I'm gonna be using a lot of new products. So if you like the look that you see, keep on watching. So I'm gonna be using a few new products today, and I first wanna get started with Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. So it's like to me it feels like a hybrid between a moisturizer and a primer. It smells kind of like a, not old lady or anything like that. I would say kind of like a soft lotion-y type of smell, but it's not bad and it's not super fragrant. And it feels really, really good on the skin. I've only used it a few times so far, but I really, really like it. And it was a Sephora 100-point perk, and I'll let you know how that goes throughout the day. But I'm also using my Smashbox primer water. I feel like I always douse myself in that. So while I let that set, I always feel like I should, like, you know, I don't know, fan myself, you know, get it all soaked in. But I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I am using the Anastasia brow definer in the color Ebony. This is another new product to me. I've been using it over the past few weeks. So I had gotten it in a Sephora haul that I filmed, and I was just like not a fan of it at all. I don't know if I just got a bad one or I don't know what happened, but I did not like it. Like the one that I had zero pigmentation. It felt kind of like chalky, and I was not a fan at all. And so I returned it. And then I watched a few more YouTube videos, and people were like swearing that it was just the most amazing thing since sliced bread. And I was like, well, maybe, let me give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I just got a bad one. And so I repurchased it. The first time I bought it from Sephora, the second time I bought it from Ulta. And I repurchased it, and I've like loved it ever since. Like I said, I think I just got a bad one, but who knows? It makes it really easy though. It makes it really easy to do your eyebrows because it's like, I don't know, it's something about the tip. It's like a slanted tip. I don't know if you can tell, but it makes it a lot easier to just like glide right on. And it's really hard to do my eyebrow with my arm like this. I'm just not, I don't know why I'm being so awkward. So I need to get my eyebrows done, obviously. So they're a little out of control right now, but they'll do whatever, I'll make do. I always feel like if I don't do my eyebrows though, like it just, I can't go out without doing my eyebrows. I just feel like it makes me look like a human. And so I feel fulfilled once I have them in. I'm using, this is not a new product to me. This is one of my favorites. This is the Eyelure Brow Control and Shape Gel. And mine's getting kind of dumpy. Luckily I have a backup. But every time I go to Sephora, this is usually sold out. So I know other people like it and I'm not the only one, but not very many people talk about it, which is surprising because it's, I want to say either $6 or $7, and I swear it works just as good as the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, which I've tried both now and I actually prefer this one. It's not as, like the Anastasia Brow Gel was super, it would get hard almost, and I don't want my eyebrows to look like that. I want them to look like manicured, but I don't want them to look over manicured, if that makes sense. So I feel like this still gives it a little bit of, like you can still move your eyebrows and it doesn't look like you're just like permanently in shock. So now that the primer water has set and we're good to go, I'm going to use another new product. So this is the Elcie Cosmetic Micro Silk Foundation. I got this when I went to Amy's, in an Amy's haul in LA. I am the color Sand. So I've worn it once before. I'm also going to use a new brush that I got. This is the Wet n Wild flat top brush. So these have been out of stock every time I go to Walgreens too. I went to a few Walgreens and not all Walgreens sell the brushes. Oh, did I get a bad one? It's like funky. There's like a hair stuck in it. Whoa. So apparently these brushes are amazing. They're, let's see, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and vegan. And I've heard some really good things about it. They're super, super soft. And I'm gonna try it with this, like I said, Elcie Micro Silk Cosmetic foundation. I'm gonna spray, I should have brought my Fix Plus, but I'm gonna use the primer water just to dampen this a little bit. And then I'm gonna put the Elcie Cosmetic foundation on my hand. When I've used it before, one pump is enough to get my full face. I don't wanna be like super cakey, but it does give a nice finish. Oh, already have hair falling off of that Wet n Wild brush. But this foundation feels so light on the skin, and it's a pretty good match for me. Oh my gosh, I do not like this brush so far. Now 3 other pieces of hair have come off on me. So this is not looking good for this brush. I'm not a fan so far. If the hair is just gonna keep coming off. Oh, another one. I'm up to 6 hairs falling out of this brush. It was $2.99, so it's not like the end of the world if it's a terrible brush. But I was really hoping it would be good. Nope, another piece of hair. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. Nope, it's just gonna keep falling out. I'm not gonna hang with that. So I'm gonna use my trusty Morphe. This is just a flat top foundation brush, and continue buffing this in. I kind of just like pat it all around. It's really, really light, which is what I like about it. And it has a beautiful finish. It's not matte, but it's not dewy. At least on my skin, and I'm combination. It doesn't really have a smell either. So it's not like it's potent or anything. I ended up using 2 pumps. This is my second pump. So do with that what you will. I mean, 1 pump probably could have gotten my whole face, but I guess I ended up wanting a little more coverage, especially since that Wet n Wild brush was just not working on my skin at all. All right. So I think I'm done with foundation. Like I said, this is the Elcie Cosmetics This is the Elcie Cosmetic Micro Silk Foundation. This is the second time I've worn it, so I don't really have an opinion yet, but the first time that I wore it, it gave me such a beautiful, like, it looked great in photos. So if you're on the market for like a foundation that photographs really well, or you have a big event coming up, I would say this is probably it for you. I'm using another new product. So this is the Tarte Maracuja, the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I got this at BeautyCon. I went to the Dallas BeautyCon last weekend. And I got it in light medium sand. It was the only color they had that was kind of close to what I needed. Wasn't really sure what I needed, so we'll see if this is the right color. I've used it maybe twice so far. It's full coverage, creaseless, and they say it's waterproof. So I guess it's really good if you're gonna be swimming and sweating and all of that jazz. It's really, really thick. That's definitely one thing I've noticed about it. It's really thick. So, but I'm still kind of getting used to how to use it. What the best method is for it. So there's a bit of a learning curve to it because I don't typically use concealers in squeeze tubes. I typically use them with wands. And I have a dampened, this is a Real Techniques dupe for the Beauty Blender. And so I'm just taking it and just blending it out. It does really give great coverage. That's the thing I like about it so far. All the times I've worn it. It doesn't crease a ton, which is great. I've been trying to get better at really blending the concealer in so it doesn't crease, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and really precisely watching how people do their concealer, because I always get creasy like underneath, and it ends up making me look like I'm a lot older than I am, and so of course nobody wants that. So I've blended that in, and now what I'm going to do, so I've blended that in. Now what I'm going to do is take another newer to me product. I got this in my LA haul. This is the Wet and Wild contouring palette in the color Dulce de Leche. So I also got another new brush recently. It's by e.l.f. I want to say this is the small powder brush. I could be wrong, I can link it below, but I really like it so far. It comes to a little bit of a dome at the top, which I really like, and I've been loving it for setting the under eye. And I'm using this under the eye setting powder that is in the palette. Making a crazy face, because like I said, I'm trying to get better at not getting super creasy underneath the eye. And I'm sure I look crazy. So I'm just setting it everywhere that I put concealer. And I realized I didn't put any on my eyes, and I always do that. That way I don't have to use a primer. So I'm just gonna go back, prime it with just a little bit of that same Maracuja Creaseless concealer. And then set that as well, just like I set everything else I use concealer on. All right, so as I let my kind of concealer and powder flush out, I'm going to use my Chubby Stick. This is Clinique Chubby Stick Highlighter, Illuminator. It's in 01 Hefty Highlight. I got this in my Sephora Play Box, I believe in January, and I've loved it ever since. It's been on my favorites. So I've laid down the Clinique Chubby Stick Highlighter in Hefty Highlight. You can kind of see it right there. And now I'm just gonna blend it with that same dampened Real Techniques sponge and just kind of press it into my skin. What I like about it is that it just makes my highlighter pop even more. I put it down the bridge of my nose, on my top of my cheekbones, and then also at the cupid's bow. And like I said, I'm just blending it in. And so it'll be a lot easier for my highlight to, it just kind of like sticks onto it. Think of it like glue almost. And I really like the way that it ends up looking, and I've been using that technique for quite a while now, and I love the way it looks. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to set the rest of my face with my Bourgouis. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with my Healthy Balance matte finishing powder by Bourgouis, and I'm going to use, I'm just gonna use this, this is the Real Techniques Bold Metal Collection brush in 103. Just taking a little bit and then just kind of buffing it in. I'm trying not to get where I just laid the highlighter too much, at least. So that way it doesn't take away that radiance that I just laid down. And then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the That Glow Kit. It comes in like a protective packaging, and then this is what it actually looks like. This has also been one of my favorites. I'm taking the Anastasia A23 highlighter brush, and I am going to mix, I like to mix Bubbly, Sunburst, and Dripping in Gold. So I'm gonna mix those three. I just mix them all together and then I kind of tap the brush. And then I'm just going over right where I laid that Clinique Chubby stick. And I also like to bring it right underneath my eyebrow. So it kind of almost looks like the letter C. I try to be as gentle as I can so it doesn't look super cakey. And now on the bridge of my nose. And then right there on the Cupid's bow. So you can already tell that I'm like, whoa! That highlight though is on point. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use another New to Me product. Oh my god, that highlighter though. It's like right on my lip. I'm gonna use another New to Me product, and this is by Kiko. I had one of my friends went to Rome recently and she brought me back this. So this is by Kiko. Kiko is a European brand, and this is called the All Stars Face Palette in 01 Pretty Rose. And it has a blusher, a bronzer, and a highlight. I'm not gonna use a highlight since I just used that Anastasia one. And I'm gonna take my, this is the Real Techniques multitask brush, and I'm just gonna dip it in that bronzer that comes with this. And then just kind of warm up my face. That highlighter, it may look like super severe right now. Kind of is actually. But I'm going to use a stipple brush and my beauty blender to really help it sink in just a second as soon as I lay down my blush. Just putting the bronzer everywhere that the sun would naturally hit. This is okay. I mean, it's very like subtle. It's nothing super crazy, so I kind of like that. And then I'm taking the blush that comes in this palette, and I'm gonna use my Real Techniques. This is a blush brush. And then just get a little bit of that on my blush brush and style. I've been trying to do circular motions. All right, so now that I'm done with that, like I said, I'm gonna take that dampened Real Techniques Beauty Blender dupe that I already have, that's still a little damp, and I'm just gonna press everything. That highlighter, I'm gonna press it in. So even though I already put powder highlighter on and the Chubby Stick highlighter, I'm just gonna pound it in. I can't think of another expression to use for it, but, and it's just gonna make it look like it's sit into my skin. And then what I have been doing lately is using the Urban Decay All Nighter and just soaking it all in. And I'm really letting it, I'm letting all the powder products sink into my skin so it doesn't look super cakey. Already, I can tell that I really like, I'm falling in love more with this foundation. It's just such a great finish. It really is pretty, and I really like this blusher. It's really soft, very springtime appropriate. So while I'm letting that Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray kind of set, I'm gonna start doing my lips. So I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil. This is in Naked. And then I'm going to use the star of the show. This is one of my new Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. This is in the color Stone. It is so stunning. So, so pretty. Such a great formula. So it takes a little bit to set. It looks kind of like it has a glossy finish, but it doesn't. You just kind of have to give it a while to sink into your lips. So while that's happening, I'm gonna take my MannyMUA. This is the MannyMUA collaboration with MakeupGeek, and I'm going to just do something really, really simple on my eyes. So I'm going to use Beaches and Cream, and I'm gonna take my Morphe M200 brush. And like I said, take Beaches and Cream. And I'm just going to kind of use it as a base. Doesn't have to be super nice or anything. I'm just using it to lay down some other color that I will put on in a second. So it's okay if I look crazy. All right, and now I'm going to take another Morphe brush. This is one of the Morphe brushes that came in my contour set that I got. And I'm going to take the color, let me take this down here. So this is Aphrodite. It's kind of like a purpley color, like a plummy, kind of deep purple. I'm just taking it right in the crease, kind of making circular motions. And then bringing it inward. Now, I do not claim to be an expert by any means. I constantly am trying to get better at my eyeshadow technique because I find it really hard to get precise, like to make it really look precise. I don't know why, it's just a difficult thing for me. And maybe I'm just using the wrong brushes, you know? That could be it too. I guess I might just be using the wrong brushes. I'm gonna take a clean brush. What do I wanna take? I'll take this Real Techniques. This is another Bold Metal Collection brush. This is 200. And let me take the color Sora. It's this beautiful kind of peachy color in the middle. A little bit of burnt, maybe like a little bit of burnt peach almost. I'm just gonna take that to kind of blend everything together. Right up at the top above my crease, below my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna flip it to the other side that doesn't have any product and just blend. Now I'm going to take, this is like one of my favorite colors. It's, let's see. I think that's Beaches and Cream, so then that would be trying to look at it from the right direction. That's Artemis. So this would be Luna. So I'm gonna take Luna, which is this really pretty, it's kind of like a champagne color almost. Trying to catch it in the light with a little bit of a pink hue to me. At least that's kind of what I would describe it as. I find that this shadow works better with the finger than with the brush, and maybe that's just me. I have Luna, Beaches and Cream, and Sora, and then I'm going to take a little bit of, I guess this is Artemis. It's this white shimmer right over here, this one, and I'm gonna take it on, what do I have that I can use? Burp, 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 burp. I'm gonna take this Morphe. This does not have a name, actually. It's just like a flat shader brush. And, ooh, got too much. Way too much. Take it in the corner of my eye. also to highlight under the brow bone. Just a little more. And then I'm going to take this actually doesn't have a name on it. It's just I would say like a liner brush. And I'm gonna take that same deep plummy color that we used, Aphrodite, and bring it right under the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the color that's all over the lid, which was Artemis, and kind of connect it with that plummy color. And then I am going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering eyeliner, and line my waterline. Not too bad. I feel like I'm getting better at it every day. I don't have my eyelash curler, but that's all right. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna use, this is another new to me product. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, but it's a different one. This is the Luscious one. I've tried the original in the pink packaging, but this is new to me. I've used it a few times. I don't know if I like it or not. The brush is very similar to the original, kind of domed with a point, but I'm just not a fan of the formula per se. And then what I've been doing is taking a Morphe, this is, what would I call this? Like a mascara wand almost, I guess. I'm sure it has a technical name. And I've just been brushing it through my eyelashes. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. So now that I have everything on, I'm gonna take a Real Techniques. This is a dual fiber face brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blend everything together. Just so there's no like harsh lines and that it looks like everything is really just nicely flowing together. And I think that's it. I'm going to set with my Urban Decay All-Nighter one more time. And that's the finished product. So if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I'd love to get your comments and any requests of any videos you'd like me to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.